Well, hello and welcome to this edition of Under the Umbrella. I'm WDTN Plus meteorologist Melissa Barrington, and we have another exciting episode for you today, and especially if you are a fan of winter sports, and skiing. We are going to be talking about skiing and snowboarding today, and joining us is Heike Hudson and also Vicki Adams. Both of them are from the Dayton Ski and Board Club, and thank you both for joining me today.
Good morning.
Welcome. Hello. And so let's start, first of all, both of you are a member of this club, and I'd like to kind of start from the beginning. Like, tell me a little bit when you started skiing and how you got involved in the sport.
Well, I'll go first, Heike, if you'd like. I got started when I was in my 30s. My, what I call future ex-husband, was, he had taken up skiing, so I thought I would give it a try. And for me, it was a little bit of a struggle. That first day I was skiing, I fell down so many times the next day. I thought I'd been beat by a baseball bat, but I still went back and learned to ski, and I found it to be a really enjoyable sport that anybody could do. You know, anybody at any different level can enjoy skiing.
And what about you, Heike? When did you start?
Well, I started out when I was about 28. I was a high school teacher, and they needed chaperones for the ski club, and so they talked me into it. So then I started skiing. I took some lessons, which I think are important for anybody starting out. Take lessons. It's much safer. And then we kind of grew from the ski club, Brandywine, Boston Mills, up near the Cleveland area. And then when my children were about 4 and 6, then we started going to Peak and Peak, Holiday Valley, Seven Springs, and out west, and that's how I got started.
Wow, both of you are super experienced, it sounds like, or at least longtime skiers. What do you love most about the sport?
I love just being out there, being with other people. It's very social. I mean, you can go off by yourself, but it is a very social experience, and I love going on the trips and meeting other people and just having fun.
What about you, Heike?
I like the challenges of trying new things, like trying the moguls or the train parks, or moving up from the green level to the blue level, attempting a black level here and there without killing myself. So it's the challenge as well as everything that Vicki said.
So how long has the Dayton Ski and Board Club been around, and how long have you guys been members?
Well, the ski club was formed in 1953, so it's been around a very long time. There was a few guys that got together. They went on a ski trip, and then from there, the ski club was kind of born. And the membership has gone up and down over the years, but like in the 70s, there was over 1,000 members. Today, it's a much smaller club, but we're still going, and it's a good place to meet people and have fun, and that's why the ski club has lasted so long.
Wow. So how long have you been a member?
I've been a member since 2002, I believe, so
Okay.
well over 20 years.
And what about you, Heike?
We moved back from the Cleveland area back down here to Dayton, and we're looking for things to do, people to meet, and social activities to participate in. And we found the Dayton Ski Club had a little bit of everything, and we joined probably around the same time Vicki did, maybe a year earlier.
Okay. So are there any requirements? Like, do you take people that don't know how to ski?
Yes. And we have members who don't ski at all.
Okay.
They just want to go on, like we have international trips, they want to go on those, or they just want to come to the social activities.
Okay. Well, that's good. So, but the main focus, of course, is skiing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we also have a lot of spouses that don't ski, say, if a husband wants to come and his wife, so they go do other things like snowmobiling, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing. They find spas, shopping, art galleries, lots of different things to do.
Yeah, lots of different things. And so it's not just downhill skiing that you guys are talking about. It's also cross-country skiing, snowboarding, right? You do all of that?
Some people snowboard, and the cross-country, some people cross-country. We don't really focus on that, but we definitely have people who are cross-country skiers.
Okay. Okay, so you have some other events in and around your club. It sounds like it's a pretty active club overall. You mentioned trips. So, Heike, can you tell me more about some trips?
Well, some of the trips, I've been a trip leader for many, many years.
Okay, where have you been?
Sun Peaks in British Columbia was our trip last year. We were at Heavenly, which is called South Lake Tahoe, in Colorado. And the fun part about Heavenly is you can actually go over the mountains and go from California into Nevada and back again as you're skiing. Crested Butte, Aspen, Park City. We've skied in Alyeska, Alaska, Steamboat, Idaho, Wyoming, lots of different states.
Wow, that's a lot of different places. How many trips on average do you go a year?
Usually one or two
One or two. Okay.
out west, and
Out
then
west,
some
yeah.
around here.
Okay.
And then there's the international trips on top of that.
So do you go somewhere internationally every year?
Yes.
More than one place or just one?
More than one, but not all of them are skiing. So the international trips are organized through the Ohio Valley Ski Council, which is a collection of clubs throughout West Virginia, Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. And so there'll be an international ski trip. This coming year it'll be Italy. And then there'll be other trips. Like
Okay.
we're going to go to Vietnam.
Wow. You can ski in Vietnam?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I didn't think so. Oh, my goodness. But Italy, I mean, it's the Olympics, right? The Olympics are coming up here in February. So is that when you're going?
We're going at the end of February.
So you'll
So
just
we
miss.
won't, yeah. Yeah, that would be a hard time to be there cost-wise. You know, it'd be more expensive.
Right. So you're just going to sit and watch the Olympics at home.
Right.
Do you guys have a favorite Olympic event that you like to watch? Because I assume you guys watch the skiing.
You would think that, but I like the ice skating myself.
There you go.
I like the slalom. I like the freestyle. I don't know how they do that, doing flips and things with skis on. I would not attempt it. Too many oopses. And I like the snowboarding down the half pipe. I like all of those events.
Have either of you ever been to a Winter Olympics to watch any of the winter events?
No, I
have
haven't
not,
been
no.
there, but I do watch them on TV.
Okay, maybe a bucket list item.
I'll go anywhere.
Okay, there you go. There, go anywhere. That's fun that you
Right.
guys get to go like all these different places and stuff. Can you kind of tell me a little bit like what it's like to ski like locally here, like what the snow conditions here? Like I hear, a lot of times the snow pack around here is more icy, and then you go out west and it's more powdery. And I don't know about international. So can you guys kind of tell me a little bit about the different types of snow conditions that you've run into?
Probably all of those that you mentioned. It seems like around here, of course, getting snow is one problem. They
Where's
do have.
this?
Pardon me.
I said, where's this
Oh,
at?
at Mad River
Okay.
or at Perfect North.
Okay.
They do have good snowmaking capabilities, but you know how the weather changes on a
Yeah.
dime here. So one day you could be skiing in 4, 5, 6 inches. The next day it's melting and you're in slush. So they're all nice. A lot of our members do belong. We have volunteers that volunteer on the different teaching lessons or being on the ski patrol at Perfect North or at Mad River. So we work very closely with them.
So what kind of conditions do you guys like to ski in?
Well, powder is the best. You go out west. Out west is the best skiing on earth, in my opinion.
Okay.
So that's where you're going to get the best snow conditions. And if you can get fresh, fluffy powder, that light powder that doesn't pack, you don't really make snowballs out of it.
Right.
That is like dream skiing. And most people don't see that very often. I've seen it once where it's just glorious.
Oh gosh, and that's so different than what you get around here. Because here it's
Sure.
more like ice, even with the snow.
Well, Mad River, I've skied there more than Perfect North, but Mad River, they make snow.
Yeah.
So as long as it's cold, they can make snow. But yeah, the conditions are going to depend on the humidity and everything else. And so the skiing's okay. The biggest thing is the runs are so short.
Right.
Oh.
So you go up, you ski down in a matter of minutes, and then you're back in the line.
So do you find that you get more tired because of the shorter runs here versus going out there? And how long does a run take you to go down if you're out west somewhere versus here?
Oh, you could be going a couple miles when you're out west. And just as Vicki said, a lot of times people think it's better to start out here But it's actually better out west because if you're going on a long, what's called a green run, the easiest, I mean, you keep going and going and you can correct your style. You can kind of try different things out, what works for you, and you get more comfortable. Whereas coming short up and down, it's a little bit harder to catch, how to catch on to the skiing. But everything here is beautiful, and it's a great place to learn to snowboard, to try new things. So we have people who, when they're here, they ski at those places, and when they get the chance, they head out west.
What about the crowds? Is it more crowded, would you say, here versus when you go out west to some of those other resorts?
I don't know that I would say it's more crowded, but because of the length of the runs and the people moving capabilities out west, you spend less time in lines, I think. More times on the runs.
Okay.
I just want to go back again to snow conditions and where you like to ski. I personally don't like to ski way out west by the ocean because you tend to have a little bit wetter weather. And I have skied literally with garbage bags over my clothes going down the hill. But it's not always like that. You can catch it very nice, but should be prepared for everything.
Yeah.
And probably the best place I've ever skied was in Japan. And that was in Niseko and Sapporo in that area. And that snow was literally like skiing in a feather bed. The flakes were humongous. They were very dry, and the snow just was fluffy and just, burst.
It just
out.
parts
It
as
puffs.
you ski down the hill.
Yes. So those were probably the best snow conditions I've ever skied in.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to continue our conversation with Heike and Vicki. We'll be right back.
That was pretty good.
Well, hello and welcome back to Under the Umbrella. I'm WDTN Plus meteorologist Melissa Barrington, and today we are talking all about skiing, and we're talking to two members from the Dayton Ski and Board Club, and we're talking to Heike Hudson and Vicki Adams. And again, ladies, thank you very much for joining us. Last segment, we were talking a little bit about the snow conditions and how they vary across the region. Let's talk a little bit about sun, because people don't realize that, of course, first of all, that you can get sunburned just from skiing, and then all of the albedo, that sun shining off of that bright snow. So tell me a little bit about how you guys handle all the types of conditions that you're dealing with the sun.
I'm going to let you take this one. Heike.
Well, you definitely start out with sunscreen, lots of sunscreen, because not only do you have the sun to deal with, but you also have wind. And as you're going down the hill, a lot of wind comes into your face. So you usually end up with a kind of raccoon look after you get done, where your glasses have been, and then the sun, hits you on the other side. So we come prepared, and I'm just real going to quickly, I want to just show you kind of the transition of that glasses have gone through, or goggles have gone through. This is a pair of one of my earliest
Okay, there you go.
earliest glasses.
Uh-huh.
And you can see Scott was a well-known brand and did well. Then they got a little fancier, and you started matching the frames to your outfits. And now, this is what I call bug eyes.
Oh, wow.
And they come in pinks and blues and reds and oranges. And they're very nice because you get a bigger, wider view as you're going down the hill. So the weather, like I said, the snow, if it's snowing and so forth, you just can see better. And as far as the glare goes, a lot of these lenses are interchangeable. So you change them because the last thing you want is flat snow, because that usually leads to accidents and dangerous situations. So you do have to be aware of the weather conditions, and you have to be aware of what kind of glasses are going to give you the best depth perception of the snow and the hills, the moguls, and so forth.
So what do you mean by flat snow? Meaning that it's just like you're walking across like the snow, or is that a term that's a ski term that I don't know?
It's where the snow appears to be flat.
Okay.
So because of the glasses or the lighting, you can't see the variations in the snow where there might be little bumps and things. So that can lead you to miscalculate
Okay.
the conditions.
Is that more likely to happen on a cloudy gray day versus a sunny day, or does it not matter?
I think it depends on your glasses, and if some places have night skiing. Night skiing is probably the more difficult time to really see things. I find in the bright sunlight, as I got older and had floaters and that bright light on that white snow, you'd see, things floating around, and it's like, what is that? And so having the right glasses masks any of those kind of anomalies.
And how do you protect yourself from the wind? Like I mentioned a little bit about the wind.
Yeah, cover up.
You wear the baklavas. You pull up your. You wear your turtlenecks that you can pull up over your face to help, keep out not only the snow but the cold wind and a lot. I don't know. I'm going to go a little bit into helmets.
Okay, great.
I had when I first started skiing, I loved tree skiing and just going through the trees. And I used to get this thump, 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 thump on my head, that I didn't even realize I was getting. And then a friend of mine said, "You're not skiing with me unless you wear a helmet." And I wore a helmet for the first time. And after that, I got my own. And they are awesome. They are well padded. They are lined. They keep the snow off. And I didn't realize how many tree limbs had been hitting my head until I started wearing a helmet and actually heard the thumps. So again, I think it's very important to be safe and, watch your weather conditions and wear the right glasses, the sunscreen, all of that.
So
Yeah, it used to be people didn't wear helmets.
yeah.
And now almost everybody wears a helmet. And not only do they protect you, but they keep your head warm. And they're actually pretty lightweight and comfortable.
What else do you guys change your layers of clothing based on if it's a warmer day out versus a colder day, or if it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
wetter day? So can you guys kind of tell me a little bit about what your outerwear is like?
Yeah, well, it does depend. When I ski, some people will wear big, heavy sweaters and stuff. I don't. I wear a long sleeve, sort of like a running shirt with my ski coat, because if you get too hot, then that's going to lead you to be uncomfortable. And it may surprise you that you can get out there and be too hot, right? But you can. So, a lot of people have ski jackets that are multi-part with a zip-out lining, where you can have just a windbreaker, or you can wear the inside, you can wear them together if it's really cold. And sometimes it's quite cold, and other times, if it gets up to 30, surprisingly, that's hot.
Yeah, I believe that, because you're out there just doing all that exercise and burning all those calories. 30 degrees,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
can be quite warm.
It's it's your hands and feet that usually are just like anywhere.
Yeah.
They're the ones that get cold. And even in those big snow boots, you'd think your feet won't get cold, but they will.
Get hot.
Yes. I think clothes have changed a lot over the years.
Yes.
And, you either have short jackets, long jackets. Of course, they want to sell the different things. I like a snowboarding coat, and I do a little bit of snowboarding around here because it's more of a challenge on Mad River and Perfect North. I will not snowboard out west. But I like the longer coats that cover you a little bit more, because when you sit on the chairlifts and they're snow covered, it's nice to be dry, and that keeps you from freezing to death. So again, it's the different layers, depends on the day you go out.
So why won't you ski board out west?
Because I'm not that good.
Oh,
When I started snowboarding, I was either landing on my face or landing on my rear end. So it's really hard, at least it was for me. I like having 2 feet on 2 different surfaces as opposed to having both of my feet tied into one. But it's fun. It's a good challenge, and a lot of kids and even adults are out there snowboarding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
do either one of you teach at all for skiing?
No, I don't.
I've taught my grandkids, and I've taught my kids. In fact, my daughter and her family went skiing with us last year. She has an 8, 10, and 12-year-old, and she said, "Mom," her husband doesn't ski. She said, "Mom, I can't keep up with the 3 of them. They're all over the place." So with my husband and me and her, we were able to each take a kid, and peel them out of the moguls, peel them out of the trees, or whatever had to be done to keep them on track.
So, what's your favorite place to ski in Ohio? Or right in the immediate area? I mean, because if you go down to Perfect North, that's technically Indiana, so we're close here. So, what's your favorite?
A lot of people go to Boyne Mountain, which is Michigan.
Oh, Michigan, yeah.
It's a little bit farther away, but it has good skiing conditions, or even the 5-hour drive to Seven Springs or Holiday Valley is a little bit more challenging. But Mad River and Perfect North are perfectly fine, for a day skiing here and there. Things have changed a little bit with Vail, Icon, and Epic passes, where every resort used to have its own lift passes and lift tickets that you purchased. A lot of them have been bought up by Vail or different organizations, and you have Icon places and you have Epic places. So that's a little bit of a challenge because, around here, I think Mad River uses Epic and Perfect North Icon.
It's making it more expensive because you have to buy these passes that are, ski passes as it was were not inexpensive, but now if you got to buy a multi-day pass or something, it gets into hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. And then like with, since COVID, do you still have to make a reservation to go skiing or can you just show up?
You can just show up.
You can. Okay.
And one of the nice things of belonging to like a ski club, like the Dayton Ski Club, is that we can get better pricing a lot of times as a group for ski lift tickets and other things. So along with the socialization and having companions and always having someone to ski with, it does help you with the price a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit about the club, how folks can get in touch with you, a little bit about your season coming up here.
Okay. Well, the easiest ways to get in touch is through the website, www.daytonski.org.
And this is it.
Where you can join or you can reach out to us. And the upcoming season, we have regular club meetings once a month. We have a happy hour on the third Wednesday usually, where we go around to different places. And then our trips for next year, we have some great trips. We're going to Park City. We're going to Telluride. Those are out west. We're going to Alta Badia, Italy, and some other really great places that are non-ski.
Okay, yeah. There's the Vietnam trip that you were mentioning, and Southern Africa. That looks great.
Yeah, and then the following year we're planning on Japan.
Wow. Oh, and back to Heike's favorite place, right?
Yeah.
Is that where you're going to, that ski resort by some chance?
We're actually going to a different ski area than up there where Sapporo is. We're going to be down on the main island, over on the west coast, although the name escapes me of the resort.
Yeah, and there are other activities that we do. We've had canoe trips. We have a kickoff picnic in August. Vicki just participated in a river cruise, and there was one last year where they went to all the markets, the Christmas markets, or was that this year?
That was a couple years ago we did that. Time flies.
Sometimes there's people that meet up to go bike riding on bike trips. So we have wine tastings. We have a lot of different things that are in addition to skiing.
And you're always looking for more members, I assume.
Definitely.
Always.
Definitely.
Well, this has been really interesting listening to everything that you guys have said. And thank you both so much for joining me today on Under the Umbrella. This has been really great. Hopefully, some of our listeners will be able to check out your website. Maybe you'll pick up a member or two. So thank you very much. And I hope you both have a wonderful ski season.
Thank you for having us.
Merry Christmas and happy
Merry
holidays to you.
Christmas.
Yes. And thank you for joining us. Until next time, have a great night.